Welcome to the lifestyles of the strange and exotic. Schmutz on the lens. Love Never Dies review. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to find it on YouTube, but I did, with like Spanish-ish subtitles, but I finally got to see it, and it was the stage, kind of like how they did Cats slash Les Mis, sort of on the stage, yet filmed. Let's just start out. I am a Phantom fan, seen the show twice, liked the movie, shut up, I like Gerard Butler, don't judge me. So, have the musical, the soundtrack, awesome. When I heard that they did a sequel, it was like, you didn't want to believe it, but you're like, hey, more Phantom, bring it on. Then I heard how bad it was, and I'm like, that wasn't the thing that was like, okay, it wasn't so great. You're not going to get Phantom twice, okay? This is not going to happen. But when it's so bad they wouldn't bring it over to the States, I'm like, can it be that bad? Well, having just watched it, spoilers to the 2.5 of you that might care, I couldn't take any of it seriously. The music was so meh. I was hoping for at least one song that was like knocked out of the park. One song made it to first base, even though Christine and the Phantom went all the way. And I knew sort of the twists and stuff, so there wasn't any surprises for me. So, again, spoilers. The Phantom and Christine have a son. They did it at some point in the first... I'm going for like, well, where in the first Phantom would they have done it? So, well, of course, he had access to her dressing room, so I don't know. But somehow they got it on, had a son. Which I'm okay with. I never cared for Raoul, or whatever the hell his name is. It's like, why? In a way that's like, yes, of course she ended up with Phantom. Raoul ends up being like a drunk and like the schmuck that we kind of figured he'd end up being. So this happens some point during the first musical, though it would make more sense if it somehow fit into the movie. I don't know. It's just some weird parallel dimension. The only thing that surprised me, and of course, I knew that Christine dies. I, for one, was expecting her to jump off a bridge and commit suicide. That probably would have made more sense, because there's this one point where she ends up in the same position as she had to in the first time, where, you've got to sing, and you've got to make the choice. Is it Raoul? Is it Phantom? And she's like, she's sitting there at the table, like, and there's different points in the Love Never Dies that allude to the first Phantom. And she's sitting there like, how the hell after 10 years did I get stuck in this position again? And, I was like, okay, I'm going to throw myself off the bridge and, not worry about it. So, but you have the sort of like climactic scene, and even then you're like, where I was sure it was going to be like, Madame Giry that took the son, because it's like, for some weird reason that now Christine has come back, that somehow, everything is, shit now, because everything he built at Coney Island, which in itself sounds as stupid as it is, is gonna just go to pot because Christine's back, because maybe he's gonna leave Coney Island and go back to the big time and like the fancy opera and stuff. And it's like, you're ballerinas and stuff. Why couldn't you go follow him? It's like, Though I will have to say, I think my favorite character in the second one that sort of has the best story arc is Meg. And she's the one who kills Christine. And you're like, and of course it's by accident. First I thought she got Eric. But then the way it's set up, it's like, what? And it's this dramatic moment where, the Giris end up in Coney Island. Phantom runs the show. Somehow or other, Meg ends up in Showgirls, where she ends up having to sell herself, I guess, and it's like at some point her mother hadn't figured that out. It's like, and she's like, she just, hit bottom of the barrel. And again, there's like no surprises here. So she's takes Gustav, the son, and I guess she was going to jump off the bridge with him or something. None of this made sense. So and somehow a gun appears, and she was going to shoot herself, and that all made sense. And Phantom was going to cock her out of it until he opened his mouth and said, "Christine," and it's like, dude, he's got a thing for Christine. It's gonna be. And then somehow the gun goes off, goes somehow past Phantom, though it looks like it went through Phantom, and hits Christine, who dies in like 5 minutes in a cheesy, not even close to soap opera. I mean, no. No. And it just ends. It's like, okay. There's no like big reveal of Phantom, which wouldn't make sense because we all know what Phantom looks like. But it was just like pieces of a show hobbled together. There was like, it felt like giant chunks were missing. They hit interesting points, and then it just went nowhere. And I can see why I didn't come over here. It's like, love never dies, but boy, I hope the show does, because it's like, so yeah, you're not missing anything, Phantom fans. And I don't know if it was just me or the speakers. I couldn't understand half of the words they were saying. There was nothing you could like sing along to, because how many of us would kind of sing along to Phantom Hello? But there's just nothing to grab you. Half of the words are like, I think the Spanish subtitles made more sense than what they were coming out of with English. It's like, I liked the little dwarf lady, or little person, or whatever the politically correct term was, who was part of the Coney Island crowd. It needs help. If they like if they did reboot it in a movie, they would probably improve on this. The one thing that I think I liked the most was the outfits. Christine's dresses were very, very pretty. Other than that, it's like, what the hell did I just spend 2 hours watching? It goes by really fast, though, because you're so busy, like, laughing at it. And it's like, how do you just get... It's not quite the new Star Wars, where it's literally a rehash of the first, trilogy, Luke's trilogy. They do try to do something different, but there's not enough focus on that different to make it different. So I'm sadly disappointed, but not surprised, since I had plenty of warning going into it. And I was hoping that it wasn't going to be like crap. I was hoping there'd be like this giant awesome song. And there were points where I thought they were going to use, they kept sort of those notes in the original Phantom, like, that were just like smack and you loved it. They came so close, and then I was like, I mean, literally, they were wet firecrackers. Such potential wasted. Sorry, Lord Webber, but you failed on this one. Bring back cats or something like that. I loved that. So if you find Love Never Dies, don't touch it. 2 hours of your life, you can do something better. Even better, watch the original Phantom. I watched a movie with Gerard Butler, and yes, I like them. Shut up. We used to have like movie night, because I had a DVD player on the computer, and Mother would come in and sit on the bed, and we'd watch like Phantom every other day. So I liked the movie. So that is my review of Love Never Dies. God, the music did. Thank you for watching. Do remember to comment, rate, share, and subscribe. There's always room for one more at The Strange and Exotic. See you next time. Bye.